Dan Larson here, and I'm at the photo booth with a bunch of Gundams. Every once in a while, a Gundam figure pops up here in the booth or on my Instagram at toygalaxy. This is my best attempt to put as much of my collection on display as I can. I want to say that this is the entire collection, but that's not true. There are some very tiny figures that are not in this display, and even if they were, you wouldn't be able to see them anyway, so just pretend that they're there. Camera 1, go for movement. This also doesn't include the Mobile Suit in Action Assault Carrier Albion ship, which would have taken up too much space, or two vintage pieces that I've owned pretty much my entire life and didn't survive the amount of play they had and are little more than a pile of parts. And there might be a piece or two like my Amuro figure that didn't get put back in the right place, and now I have no idea where it is. My blessing is to own a bunch of toys. My curse is to be incapable of keeping them properly organized. I'm not going to go through and name all of these. If you have any questions, let me know in the comments down below and I will do my best to answer. Truth be told, I will probably just end up Googling the answer because a lot of these figures I own because I think they look cool, not because I have a particular affinity for the series that they belong to. I was living in Japan in 1980, so for me, Gundam will always be the original RX-78 Mobile Suit Gundam, or, as it was called back then, Gundam. Everything else is just a variation of that original design to varying degrees of aesthetic enhancement, thematic alternatives, or just plain unappealing visual noise. Some of my favorites here are, well, obviously the big one that's up here. That was, if you check back, there's a previous photo booth video where I show that off a little bit better, and you can see that it has custom working lights. It's completely out of frame here. That was sent in to me. Also, the Arch Rivals Gundam, who is back here, Tallgeese 3 and Gundam Wing Custom over here, all of which are almost impossible to see in this shot. Basically every version of the RX-78 too, they're spotted throughout here. There's two different versions of Buster Gundam, the fixed figuration XM-X2 Crossbones Gundam, the original vintage Gundam here, who's complete with Core Fighter and about nothing else to go with him. And it's weird because I absolutely love the SD Gundam figures, and I only recently found out that there are a ton of them, and I need to expand that collection as soon as possible. I did a complete 180 degrees on SD figures. For most of my collecting life, I hated them, and now I can't get enough of them. In our video called Why I Sold My Collection, I talk about selling off nearly all of my collection 2.0, and included in that sale were nearly every single Gundam figure produced as part of the Mobile Suit in Action series. So many Gundams. That was probably about 10 years or so ago. Since then, I've reacquired the ones I liked most. There's still a few out there that I would like to get again, but I think I would rather put that investment into Robot Spirits, which I have exactly none of. The only Robot Spirits I own are two of the recently released Pacific Rim 2 figures, so I know what the quality is like, and I know that I would like to own some Gundam figures just like that. So that's like 99.9% of my Gundam collection for now. Thanks for watching. Hit like, hit subscribe if you're not already a subscriber. Thank you very much to those of you who are. If you're in the position to help the channel grow, please visit our Patreon at patreon.com/toygalaxy. And let me know in the comments if you have a Gundam collection too, or if you just never saw the attraction to these gigantic piloted war machines. Thanks, later.